then Jay-Z physically attacked by Beyonce's sister, Solange. Is that right? Solange? Is that how we say her name?
Sure.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so this is breaking news, you guys. So let's just talk about it. I'll give you the backstory. So apparently the Met Gala just occurred recently in New York, and Jay-Z, Beyonce, somebody is walking, if you hear that, on top of our studio. So just disregard. But Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Solange, they all went to the after party at the Standard Hotel in New York City. And TMZ has obtained surveillance security footage video inside the elevator at the Standard Hotel. And you see in the footage, you see Jay-Z, a bodyguard, Beyonce, and Solange. And you see Solange just going at Jay-Z. Throwing punches, kicks. You see Jay-Z hold her foot. He doesn't strike her by any means, but he's trying to like prevent her from attacking him. You see the bodyguard trying to break them apart. You see Beyonce, you know, not trying to get involved. And then also what it looks like happens is that the bodyguard stops the elevator. You know, you can push that button to make it stop because obviously I'm sure they wanted to make sure that they composed themselves before they exited the elevator so nobody else knew that they were in this fight. Now we all know that they're in this fight. But then later they all left the Standard Hotel together, seemingly calm, but Solange and Beyonce went in their own town car and Jay-Z in his own. What do you guys think?
Whew, it looks like he found his 100th problem.
Oh, God. I was going to say,
that's good.
I guess the standard isn't up to standards.
I'm blaming the Standard. That's the place that I got in the fight in.
Oh.
Remember the fight that I recently...
What fight?
Remember the bathroom fight that I got in? Because of the bitch that cut in line? Yeah.
Whoa.
I know, I'm not proud of it. And I didn't actually fight. I just kicked the door down and said you can't cut in line. And I'm embarrassed by it. But you don't cut in line in the bathroom.
Door to her soul.
But that happened at the Standard. Maybe it's something about the Standard Hotel in New York that gets people riled up. But what do you think happened?
The downtown? Was that one with
I'm thinking
like
it was the one in Meatpacking District. That's the one I was at, and for some reason I think that's the same one. Could be wrong. But what happened to where you think that they got into a fight inside the elevator, and why wasn't Beyonce trying to intervene? I mean,
is there any way that this was just like a play fight and like we just don't know it because we can't hear anything?
That's
so
such a good point.
And TMZ, they suck. So it's like they're gonna make drama out of nothing. So it could have been a play fight and then they leave in separate cars because maybe Jay-Z had another event to go to. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
I like that. I like that.
Benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I think it was real. I think it was real. I think it's just some sort of jealousy. I mean, look, in-laws, people always getting in fights with their in-laws is a normal thing. Now, do they start kicking each other in the shins and grabbing each other's high-heel shoes? I don't know. But, you know, that's what it strikes me as, is some sort of, it's hard. It's hard to be family with people that aren't necessarily
that you
family.
hate.
Just that you didn't grow up with.
And even, you know, you do go through, you know, your ups and downs with family. Just because they may be in a fight right now or something bad happened doesn't mean that in a week from now or 2 months from now or even in a year from now that you don't, you know, come back together. So I do think that that's not normal to fight, but I do think it's normal to go through your, you know, ups and downs within families and friends and in-laws as well.
I just like the idea of Jay-Z like coming up through the streets and someone's like, you know what? In 20 years, you're gonna cause big news by getting in a fight on the way home from the Met Gala to the Standard Hotel in an elevator with like Beyonce's sister.
Yeah,
it's
your
amazing.
Your future sister-in-law.
Little rich girl, yeah.
Yeah,
It's so good.
it is weird that TMZ always obtains this footage. It's crazy, right? How? I guess
Literally
people call.
Maybe it was
Because people get paid to send stuff in.
Yeah, for sure. That's the thing. It's like, I know if I see something awesome. I remember I was in Santa Monica and I saw Michael Jackson in a bookstore, and I'm like, I can take this photo, and I almost sold it to TMZ, but
You tried?
I lost my phone.
Oh, but you tried?
Yeah, I tried to sell it. I had like $200 lined up to get a photo of Michael Jackson like shopping in a bookstore.
So you're paparazzi.
I was like the mobilized paparazzi. That's
See,
the thing,
I was going to judge you, but I've done
can
it too. I've totally done it. I did it recently, not this time in New York, but my trip a couple years ago. When Lindsay Lohan got out of rehab, I saw her in a tea shop, and I just notified actually a real paparazzi guy that I know. He was like, was she drinking anything? I was like, no, I'm not gonna, she was drinking tea. He was like, oh, then it's not worth it to us. I was like, how sad. Like, how sad, like, unless they're caught with like a beverage that may be alcohol or is an alcoholic beverage, that's the story, rather than why don't you do a story that she's doing well and drinking tea?
Cut to
you know?
Sam just like trying to get her wasted so she can
Never.
make $40.
Make it worth it.
I would never.
Sam,
I
you
won't
should
do
start
that
a
anymore.
positive paparazzi website
Yes.
where we just make
Yes.
up really nice, positive
Yes.
stories about all celebrities.
I love
great
Lindsay
idea.
Lohan drinking tea.
Lindsay
yes.
Lohan's reading a book today. Good for her.
Yeah, that's so good. We're getting the Amir. Any last thoughts? Any last thoughts?
I love it. I love that the instinct of the bodyguard was like, oh, let's close ourselves in this place that we can't get out of while they're fighting.
It actually was really smart of him. Can you imagine if the doors opened up and there's a big crowd from this after party, which is probably mostly celebrities and press, and then they come out and they're in the middle of a brawl? I
Right,
give
but
props to that
It's better
bodyguard.
for like a couple people outside to see rather than camera footage that everybody.
we didn't
How
know.
did they get the? What's the camera footage? Was it like a out of work
It's
elevator
in
operator?
the
like,
elevator.
It's like
okay.
a security
Yeah.
dude.
Got you, security.
Again, isn't that does the standard now have like culpability of giving this out?
Right,
Isn't that
someone
illegal?
gave that out.
That's
yeah.
not
I don't
okay.
think they're culpable. I think
No?
they're gonna fire a guy and that'll be it.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so what did you guys think about this surveillance footage of Solange beating on Jay-Z? Please let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you all next time on Pop Trigger.